Hey, you guys. Oh shit. Yeah, okay. I'm not wearing my glasses here because I look like a hacker or something with these things on. Like if you look up, like you can't even see my eyes, right? So I'm just gonna take those off. What's up, guys? So it's art log number 17. It's been a while. It's been about a month. I just got done taking like a week break, and I just figured, why not just go ahead and make this art log video. So right now I have my screen recording. I have something recording my screen, and then I just clicked my phone at the same time so that it records both of them. So it's like it's live, but it's not live because I'm smart. So yeah, all right. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna take these headphones off too because it kind of muzzles my hearing. I can't like. It's hard to focus with those things on my head. It just makes me look weird. And I fuck it. I'm just gonna show my head. So like this is what my head looks like right now. I regret taking I regret taking my hood off, I swear. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so yeah, that's what my buzz cut looks like right now. Like I said, it's not really alright, that's enough about me though. That shit scuffed as fuck. Anyways, yeah, so this month I didn't really get to draw too much. I tried like okay, let me rephrase that. I spent more time drawing in my sketchbook, and that's gonna be like in the second half of this video. Most of the early part of this video is just gonna be me talking about the things that I've done digitally, right? Like I said, I have my sketchbook, and I recorded like what fuck. I recorded what I what I sketched in my sketchbook in another video, but I'm gonna put that video at the end of this video. So whatever, man. Okay, why are you looking at me like that? Anyways, so yeah, this is the first sketch. Just bear with me because everything's blurry right now. I can't see shit. Like I'm guessing here. But with this sketch, is this the button? I feel dumb already, man. I regret my choices right now. Hold on. Okay, so I can see a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna just start right here. So I started off with this little guy right here, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not a professional, but I'll take that. I'll take what I can get with this pose, and I just changed it a little bit. Kind of made him hunch over, and that ended up turning into this. So, and I was pretty happy with the design overall. Like the design, I was just like, okay, like I'm not trying to design a character here. I'm just designing an armor set, and that's typically what I do. The main thing that I've noticed though in a lot of my recent sketches is just the fact that like most of the time I'll start off a sketch and I'll have ammo packs. You know, like where you'd keep magazines and stuff. I'd have those ammo packs on his chest. And then he's holding a sword, and there's like no gun to be found. So like, I just don't want to. I want to make sure that that doesn't keep happening. You're gonna see that a lot, actually. So just know, like, I've always noticed it, but like they just fill in the empty space because you take them out, and then it's just like this flat, empty space, and I don't know what to do with it. It's just like it just irritates the hell out of me. So that's just basically why I put something in the space. Just a face filler. Anyways, so yeah, I took it from there and I put this. That's the same thing, just copy and pasted, isn't it? Oh no, okay, so you can see a small detail change on this part of the armor. Let me get a pen somewhere. Okay, so you can notice right here, if you look right there, there's a little change in the top of his armor. So like, if you look there, shit, okay, so you can see that, change. Okay, so see that look. God damn it, this is the most scuffed art log I've ever made, probably. But I do want to keep my I do want to use my phone to try to record these at the same time because it's just way easier. And then plus like I can see myself when I record them. So anyways, God, I probably look like an idiot. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically how that was supposed to look. That was the change between them. Okay, my brain's turning off right now. But like with this sketch, I basically went in and made like little micro changes to the colors. Every now and then I would add like little shade versions of the same color on it so that it looked like it was kind of like rusted or something. I'm still experimenting with that. I don't really know how I want to use that yet, but you'll see that again. It's just my version of texturing right now, and it's probably a really bad excuse for it. I'm gonna cringe 100% when I look back on this like a year from now. 110%, right? But that's good. When you cringe on your old drawings that you made like a month ago or like 2 months ago or something like that, that means that you've made progress since that time, right? So you don't want to beat yourself up over it. Right? You want to be like, okay, like I can do better than that, you know. Life lessons with Tyrell's over here. Okay, so next is September 8th. And this one was kind of, oh no, I can't see anything, so I don't know which ones are open. Okay, yeah, we got it. Okay, so, okay, yeah. Okay, so we started with this side. That was the first version. This is the second, third, fourth. So it basically went from right to left. And first I kind of changed these two areas mainly, going from that one to that one. I added a little bit of detail on the ammo pouches. This is another example of having like ammo pouches on something that's not even like using a gun. I say something because I don't know if they're robots yet. I don't know if there's people in the armor yet. Still figuring all that stuff out for my whole theme that I have going on here. But yeah, and then here you can see that I added in like I tried to do the same thing that I did with the other one. I don't think this one came out as good as I wanted it to, because I tried to mix in the hatching with the textures and stuff. The textures, right? So like if you look at this one, right? What the fuck? Okay, alright. So if you look at this one, you can tell that like there's no cross hatching in here. Like in the areas that have the detail, there's no cross hatching, whereas in this one I kept the cross hatching. So this was a really experimental one. I'm definitely going to go back and change some of these. I don't really like the way it came out, but hey, that's why you always keep your old drawings, because one day you could probably go back and remake them. Like next year I'm definitely going to remake one of these 100%, and I'm going to be so much better. I'm going to be so much better by next year, man. I swear I am. But yeah, that was just basically the whole idea with these. I haven't even posted any of these online either. I forgot all about these. And I'd always, like, whenever I would watch other content creators on YouTube that are artists and everything, or even on Instagram, like, they'll forget that they made some drawing that they spent like 6 hours on. It's like, bro, like, that would have, how do you, like, dude, when I make something that takes 6 hours, like, I guarantee you, like, I am not forgetting about that. But now I'm getting to the point where I have so many drawings that I'm doing at a time, per day probably, that it's hard to keep track of on top of everything, especially when you have other life things going on. So it's kind of it's a bittersweet feeling, because you'll forget to post it, and then by the time you post it, you can do way better than that. So like, it's just like awkward as fuck. This one I'm pretty sure I just did poses. Here's some helmets that I drew that I didn't do anything with. Just some, I guess, comfort sketches, as I like to call them. Some of you guys might know, like, comfort sketches are basically what I call are sketches that you don't really have to put energy into doing. You can kind of like, you could be watching a video and just kind of draw them at the same time. Whereas like something that isn't a comfort sketch is anything that takes effort. By effort, I mean like a lot of effort. Like, you have to think really critically. Like, okay, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? For me, like, drawing a helmet is probably the easiest thing I could ever do, because I've drawn a lot of them since I was like a little kid. When I was little, I used to draw, here's a little story time, right? I used to draw these stick figure fights and stuff, and I'd have like on one side of the page this is exactly how they looked. Okay, this is. I'm actually gonna cheese doing this, man. I'll put on my glasses so I can actually see what I'm doing. So what I would do, right? And this is like when we didn't have Wi-Fi, right? Like, I know no one cares. Okay. Anyways, so like I'd have this straight line, and I'd have like a little castle on this side, little castle on this side, and like I draw it. Like I'd have like a little stick figure going this way, and me and my little brother, we would draw these stick figures, and then we'd be like, okay, I want like, and we'd be like, this guy does this much damage. Basically, if you've ever played Art of War, or is that what it was called? Age of War or something like that. It was this Flash game on like the internet or whatever, and it was like, you know, two sides. They could spawn these units that did certain amounts of damage and countered other units, but like on paper we just erase them when they died. That's basically all we did. And like we draw up these shops and stuff. Oh man, they were good times, you know. But you know, as a kid, you never really know that's what you want to do for a living. You know, everybody wants you to be a doctor, a firefighter, stuff like that. Me myself, I wanted to be a firefighter, and I wanted to be either a firefighter, a police officer, or, you know, the typical, you know, that kind of stuff, or an architect or something, until I figured out like how seriously I took wanting to improve at art. So there's a little story time. Anyways, I don't even remember how I got back to that story. But yeah, this is basically just a whole bunch of gesture drawings, or pose drawings, I'll say. They're not so like, they don't have like fluid lines or anything like that, but yeah, I just drew a couple poses and stuff on this one. So, and that was the running thing. So I just basically tweaked that multiple times. Just kept doing that. It's a good way to learn. Same thing, just a whole bunch of 30-second drawings. And if you were wondering what this said, it basically just says right now it's really just stick figures, but hopefully by doing more of these, I'll be able to draw these, use time more wisely when I have more of it. So basically I'm learning how to use a small amount of time to be more efficient whenever I have larger amounts of time. So that's what I was doing there. This is just, we're not going to talk about this drawing, okay? I tried to, you can probably see the little changes. I was just messing around with rendering and stuff. Yeah, and then these are more poses. And then this is one that I'm gonna go back and tweak, and this is one that I still need to finish. And then this is the one that I did today. So, or no, not today. What, like a week ago, before I took my break. So, I found it easier to just blob in these like random shapes and add, like, just use a really big brush to do it. That way that I'm not so much focusing on detail, but the whole time that I'm doing that, I'm imagining what kind of detail could be in those areas, right? So that by the time I get to, say, this spot, right, I already have an idea of what kind of details I want in it. And then I'm just drawing, after every drawing after the first one, I'm just messing around with different poses and stuff to kind of capture a character. But I don't really draw characters right now, so it's just armor. But I guess you could say they're characters, but they don't feel like characters. Not yet, at least. Not until I'm confident enough to, because I want to try to find a way to capture character through armor, because I feel like that can be a good representation of what's on the inside. What I mean by that is, if you're a Halo fan and you look at the armor, so in Halo there's a lot of different armors that you could use as like the player, right? And I would always find the lore of each armor set interesting, because when you can find out what the armor is supposed to be used for, you can find out the specialization of the person that's wearing the armor. So if you're familiar with this armor that's known a lot for recon and like being like stealthy and stuff like that, and you see someone wearing that type of armor, you already have an assumption that you can make on their character. And then from there you can have, you know, other things that give their character away, like Emil from Halo Reach. dude has all these scratches on his helmet, and he has, and like the first thing that you see of him is he's sharpening his knife. So obviously you get the like, okay, that's the edgy guy. You know, you got the guy with the sniper rifle, you got Kat, you got Carter, you have George, and then over time you can start to find out their personalities just by how they interact with each other and other characters. So I think that's really cool. So I want to find a way to kind of make my own version of that. That's all that I'm doing. All right, that's enough nerd now for now. And then I just basically, once I got to this point, I already knew what kind of details I wanted to be in the final little sketch thing. So I just whipped up the sketch in like 30 minutes or like 45 minutes and just hatched in. So yeah, anyways, 15 minutes just flew by. So I'm gonna go ahead and just try to play my sketchbook thing. It's probably like, I think that one's like 17 minutes. So if you guys want to stay for that and look through my sketchbook, I'll talk about that for a little bit. And I'll probably have like I don't know, I might not even put it in this one because my phone might not have recorded it right. Especially with the way that Premiere is, like I have a rectangle on I have a vertical rectangle on this horizontal rectangle, right? So it's really hard to fit all the detail into one thing. I don't know how to do that yet. Whereas like with the webcam, I can just put a square in the top right and you can kind of see me talking about it while I show it on the screen. But anyways, I hope you guys are staying safe. And if you're feeling low and you're feeling down and times are tough, just look at my bald head. Okay, just know that your boy's out here without a haircut. And no, but on a serious note, I look like a fucking clown, so hopefully that makes you feel a little better. I'll do it again. I'll do it one last time, alright? But yeah, just try to stay tough and just try to find any resources that you can use. Normally when I feel kind of low, I like to just listen to videos that give advice for those situations. As cheesy as it might sound, sometimes they help. Anyways, catch you guys later.